So it's been a while since we talked about novel Melayu. So let's talk about novel Melayu. Why not?
It's a trap!
Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So in this video we're going to talk about Egois by Norhayati Berahim. This book was published all the way back in 2001 and I picked it out in a second-hand book sale. Now I've talked about a few of novel Melayu throughout this channel, so you guys can go check them out. If you must know, I actually have a very love-hate relationship with the local Malay novel publishing, namely mainstream ones like Alaf 21, Penerisan to You, Kaki Novel, the whole lot. I believe my criticisms are absolutely valid, but let me know otherwise if it wasn't. And this novel is apparently one of the classics because I have seen so many OG fans of the mentioned publishers mention them. So I thought that this book would at the very least be subpar. From my knowledge, at the very least, older novel Melayu used to be quite decent. And this book has proven me right and really wrong at the same time. So we're gonna talk about it. I don't know why, but novel Melayu have this thing where for some reason they really can't make a decent MMC, with the exception of Idlan from Lelaki Itu Untukku, which is ruined by the ending. Seriously, is writing good Malay men so hard?
I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real.
Is this like a testament to our society? So why do I say that? Let's get into the synopsis, okay? The story is about Atia and Fikri. They are childhood sweethearts of sorts / co-workers whose relationship are in limbo because of, according to Fikri, Atia's indifference. So feeling neglected, instead of talking it out like adults, he devised a plan in which he announced his engagement to a woman that doesn't exist to gauge a response from Atia. So this book is the push and pull between Fikri bragging about his non-existent fiancé to Atia's face while Atia is staying indifferent to Fikri's testament to her. And it sounded like it is purposefully a farce.
Not a great plan.
Fikri eventually have to face the consequences of his lies as Atia starts to move on with her suitors, namely like her client Lokman and a cousin Azali.
Sweet home Alabama!
So in the meantime, Atia uncovers a family secret that will eventually break her. The story is actually quite simple, you know, a boy who cries wolf and then plays victim like Israel.
What did he say?
I don't know if it's supposed to be a comedy or what, but Norhayati Berahim is trying so hard to make Atia and Fikri endgame when I know from the beginning that Fikri is the worst. But before we go to Fikri, we need to talk about Atia, okay? Atia is probably the one good thing in this book that was done so dirty by the author. Unlike the recent novel Melayu, Atia as a character is actually quite cool. She's very strong, she's independent, and when Fikri told her he's engaged, instead of like throwing tantrums or something, she just moves on. I mean, from her perspective, why would she wants to keep a trash like Fikri, someone who claims to be her boyfriend and then get engaged with someone else, right? I mean, Atia is not perfect, for sure. But according to Fikri, her biggest flaws is indifference. And I agree that indifference can be a flaw. It can crack and break a relationship. However, she definitely does not deserve any of Fikri's BS. I mentioned that Atia and Fikri are co-workers. They are remisiers, which the author misspelled so many times. She spelled out as remisser. Alaf 21, let me ask you a question. Is proofreading illegal over there? So remisiers are like stockbrokers. So I imagine like Wolf of Wall Street. But instead of doing coke and making money, this novel follows the typical novel Melayu style where no one does their work but have relationship talk all the time in office hours. Although to be fair, the book does show some scenes of remisiers at work, with Atia meeting up with clients, some jargons and terminologies being used, and yet for some reason these highly educated people speak really bad English. I mean, seriously, we're talking about Malaysia over here. English is our second language, and with people with jobs like this, you can safely say that 99% of the time they speak really good English.
Can you speak English?
Fuck you!
was the colonization effect. Another plus is the author showing the misogyny that Atya has to face in the office and with her clients, as she is the only female remissier, and she has to face like playboys and ex-boyfriends who's rubbing his engagement to her face. Sure, there are moments that she felt sad. Atya and Fikri, they have so much history together, and I don't blame her. Of course, she knew better. Why would you spare so much tears on someone who claims to love you for years only to announce a relationship with another girl like it's nothing? In the process to heal her broken heart, she reconnects with her strange maternal aunt, Matlung, and cousin Azali. So yeah. Side note, Azali is actually a really good guy. Your options are really effed up when I'd rather Atya commits incest than being with Fikri. As long as you guys don't have babies, I think we're good. My God.
I'm a little slow. Just as our children would be.
However, Atya and Azali too are not meant to be when it is revealed that Matlung happens to be Atya's father's first wife until he cheats on Matlung with her younger sister, which is Atya's mother, which makes Atya and Azali not just cousins, they're half siblings. They dodged a massive genetic rocket because they were literally on the verge of marriage. Like, Azali literally was about to propose, and Atya, who's already in love with him, was surely going to say yes. Heartbroken and traumatized, rightfully so, she was gonna run away overseas until Fikri intervenes. Fikri is a shitty person, okay? He's immature, he's a liar, he's neither boyfriend nor husband material at all. So the story begins because Fikri felt unloved in this relationship, or more like they never defined what their relationship are. On paper, this conflict really feels interesting. It even feels mature even. How long can you go on a relationship that have no definitive status? According to Fikri, they feel like childhood sweethearts, and Atya thinks so too based on her heartbreak over his engagement. Feeling neglected in a relationship, he has a choice to be mature, talk it out or move on. But he chose to be an idiot. Instead of talking out like a mature adult, he chose to lie to her, to gaslight her, to manipulate her. When it backfires because Atya is too mature for this man-child's ass, he insults her, debased her, and infantilizes her. Didn't he realize how weird it is? Like, after announcing his engagement, he kept trying to flirt with her. It is Atya that pushes him away out of respect to his non-existent fiance. If you actually look at it this way, out of context, Fikri is a guy that would cheat on his girlfriend, but also he's trying to flirt with his ex whilst being engaged to another woman. The fact that he got engaged to another woman whilst being in a long-term undeclared relationship is already a huge red flag. And the authors thinks that this is okay. The back synopsis actually called one of the clients, one of the love rivals, Lukman, a male chauvinist because he flirted with Atya a bit whilst being a playboy and shacking up with a woman without marrying her. I love that those are the only thing that was enough to label Lukman as a male chauvinist when Fikri is so much worse. The story technically has no villain, but I would say Fikri is the closest thing that you get to a villain. He's definitely the true villain of the story. At least, you can say Lukman was respectful to Atya, even respected her as a professional, whilst Fikri implies that the only way she could succeed in her job is by using her looks, really just degrading all of her professional achievements. Fikri is the true chauvinist in the story. Is the author know what she's talking about right here? Really? Not only that, he debased her and degrades her, not in private, but in public, in front of her other co-workers. That is so humiliating. And he does it multiple times as well, harassing her when she chose to hang out with Lukman as friends outside office hours, by the way. And he has the audacity to blame it on Atya's ego of their broken relationship for his own misogyny. Like, his misogyny, he realized all of a sudden, oh, I was being misogynistic, but I'm being misogynistic because Atya is being egoistic. Misogynists are never self-aware, so of course they will blame others for their own actions, right? At this point, I don't just want Norahati Berahim to just write them not be together, but also yeet the whole guy to the ocean. Since Azali just ended up being literally bro-zoned, why not Luqman? He's handsome, rich, respectful, and sincere, and there's some things about him, you know, like he might actually willing to be a better person. But when Fikri realized that he's about to lose Atya after the big reveal with Razali, he is driven to a brick wall. Let's have a quiz, okay? Once Fikri realized that Atya is about to leave after the reveal with Azali, what do you think Fikri does next? A. Confess the truth and apologize. B. Respect her decision and let her leave to heal. Or C. Keep the lie and act. Guess. Guess. Anyone? Wrong. It is actually secret answer D. Forcefully marries her by humiliation. Yeah, just when you think things couldn't get any worse. So he tricks Atya into helping him out to like decorate the bridal house for his supposed fiance, only to then kidnap her, and they got caught by Jais. So yeah, this creates havoc in the family and they have to rush their marriage, assuming that Atya is already pregnant with his child. Alright, now, recently there have been controversies regarding drama Melayu, where there are like quote-unquote
18 plus scenes.
If you're from outside, you must be confused of why these scenes are 80 plus if you've seen them. Reminder that Malaysia is a conservative country. So anything that is regarded as normal outside to the West or other Asian countries, it is definitely a sexy standard for drama Melayu. And this applies to novel Melayu as well. Remember what I talked about Darlingku Mr. Cold Mafia? Well, it is not to that level. Considering the story ends when they got married, I find it strange how the author needs to add on how much Fikri is very sexually demanding. Is the author trying to imply like it's okay for you to be a manipulative man-child as long as you're a beast in bed? So yeah, that was Egois by Norhayati Berahim. The best way to summarize this book is that it's one step forward and two steps back. It's bad investment, but sometimes, you know, you just want to read trash, and I'm drawn to it like a moth to a flame. Have you guys read this book? What do you guys think? Are you going to read it? So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.